Greetings YouTube, Ronin Frog87 here, and today I wanted to talk about a card that isn't really getting talked about much, and that card is Hypnosister, and its stats and effects are as follows. It's a wind, psychic type, effect monster, level 4, with 1300 attack and 1400 defense, and its effect is as follows. This card gains effects based on the number of cards in the Pendulum Zones. 1 or more. This card gains 800 attack and defense. 2 or more. If this card battles a Pendulum Summoned monster at the start of the damage step, destroy that monster. 3 or more. Your opponent's monsters must attack this card if able. 4. If this card destroys a monster at battle or by its effect, draw one card. Okay, guys. At first glance, it seems like an okay monster. Nothing too broken, nothing too balanced. Something like a tech choice possibly. I can see this probably going to the side deck. But first, let's go through it effect by effect. Let's go through it, by effect. All right. So if there's like one monster in the Pendulum Zone, and keep in mind, it doesn't have to be just your monster. I mean, it doesn't say that. As long as it's just their one, as long as there's at least one in one of the Pendulum Zone, you'll be fine. And so this card gets 800 attack if there's one Pendulum monster. That's not bad. I mean, it makes it to a nice little beast stick. It goes from 1300 to 21. It's always like a cyber dragon, I guess. Not too bad, not too shabby there. And for the 2 or more, if this card battles a Pendulum Summoning monster at the start of the damage to destroy that monster, that's pretty good. I mean, the only drawback is that Pendulum monsters, when they get destroyed, they go to the extra deck, I believe. And so if your opponent hasn't utilized Pendulum Summoning yet, you might want to hold back on that. Oh, who knows? I don't see this card as really deterring Pendulum Summoning, but just something to deal with Pendulum monsters. Alright, so 3 or more. Your opponent's monsters must attack this card if able. I guess that's okay. Nothing really too groundbreaking or extraordinary there. And then 4, if this card destroys a monster by battle or by its effect, draw one card. This is a good effect, but it's just a little too situational. I mean, all 4. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I haven't seen how. I've seen a few Pendulum Summoned duels, but in actuality, we're here in the TCG. We haven't, Pendulum Summoned's not a thing here yet, and so I'll have to wait and see how this card pans out. How often this effect actually gets used. And now when this card hits the TCG, will it see competitive play? I doubt it. But you never know, and I see some potential in this card. I think this is going to be, one of those cards that when they first come out, they won't see any play, but further down the line, eventually, as sets grow and, as time goes by, it probably will see some play, especially, I believe, in the side deck at least. Yeah. Especially, further down the line, it's here in TCG, when Pendulum Summoning becomes, further utilized and exploited, this might see some play, especially, like I said, especially in the side deck. But yeah, I mean, as for the stats and everything, that's what I think about this card. And obviously, the card art was awesome. It's like one of those little cute cards like the Madolches and the Ghost Tricks and what have you. And a lot of it's very Japanese. I mean, because just look at the cat. He's like something out of a Miyazaki film, so it's pretty cool. So if you're like a big fan of Japanese art, you'll really like this. I mean, all Yu-Gi-Oh cards are Japanese art, but this one obviously is, if you just look at it, and you can obviously tell. And then what is that? I mean, in the background, what's up with all those hands? That looks cool. I mean, that just, it just makes this card look for the cooler, And then look at it. You can see like the psychic, her psychic telepathic psi waves just emanating from her, that's cool too. Alright guys, so what do you guys think about this card? Is it a bad card, a good card, a decent card? I'd say it's a decent card, but let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, I'm Ronin Frog87. I bid you farewell, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday.